Most business owners aren't even posting to social media, and the ones that are just copying whatever their competitors are doing, or they're blindly trusting marketing agencies that are just passing them the same copy-paste templates that they're using with every other client. If that's you, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're what's killing the growth of your company right now. But that's okay, because in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can become the #1 authority within your industry using a proven system that's completely unique to your brand. The first thing that you have to get into your head is if you are the business owner, you are the founder of the company, you need to be the face of the brand on social media, point blank, period. Because if you are not the face of your brand online, your audience is going to trust your company less, you're gonna have a lower conversion rate, you're gonna have a weaker overall connection with your audience. And if you haven't noticed by now, people don't buy into businesses anymore, they buy into people. And if you're somebody right now that has your employees or a spokesperson as the face of your company online, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you are renting attention. What happens if they quit, or you decide to fire them, or God forbid they die? You're fucked. Take companies like Tesla or First Form, for example. A lot of people like Tesla, they like SpaceX, they like X, not because of the fucking products and services that they provide, but because they like Elon Musk. He is constantly documenting, sharing, showing his personality on every social platform on a regular basis, and because of that, people resonate with him and buy his products as a result. And I mentioned First Form. I love Andy Frisella and watch every single one of his podcasts, and as a result, I buy his energy drinks, I buy his clothing, I buy his supplements. I've never even consumed a piece of First Form content, but because I like Andy and I resonate with his values and his morals, I buy all of his shit. Go get in front of the fucking camera. At the end of the day, social media isn't just about making content online. It's about building trust at scale, because social media acts as a nurturing mechanism within your marketing funnel. Let me give you an example. Normally, if you're running paid ads, you need to pay to be in front of somebody's face 6 to 8 times before they click into whatever it is you have going on, let alone convert. However, if you are making consistent social media content, documenting your jobs, your employees, your company culture, your wins, your losses, those videos act as touch points. It's turning your business from something people have to find to something people constantly see. And as a result, you build trust, rapport, and authority with your audience. So when you actually go to put Facebook ads in front of them, you only need to touch them 1 or 2 times with those ads now before they convert, which means lower cost per acquisition for you. If that doesn't convince you, there's 4 other main benefits that I see to making content on social media as a business. #1, it increases your discoverability. Nowadays, if I'm going to a new city and I want to find restaurants to try, I am not going to Google Maps or Google to find the restaurants. I'm going to TikTok and Instagram to find the most viewed content of somebody going and trying restaurants in a specific city, and I'm going to be picking from that. It's the same thing when people decide what businesses that they want to trust in their area. And if you're not making content, you're missing out on all the people like me that are doing that exact same thing. #2, I mentioned Facebook ads a second ago, and if you are regularly making content that's optimized to perform well organically on the social media platforms, if you just take those same creatives and tweak the call to action, tweak the copy, and run them as a meta ad, I promise you your KPIs are gonna drop like flies. #3, it opens doors that you never would have thought imaginable. I have a client called Overtime Men's Health. It's a men's health clinic in Tampa, Florida. Started out as a small brick and mortar, but because of social media, we were able to collaborate with influencers like Dan Bilzerian, Alex Eubank, Clavicular, and even the next possible Florida governor, James Fishback. And just to add to that thought, those people reached out to us via DM because they resonated with our content and what we stood for as a company. And lastly, it is going to open up revenue opportunities that you would have never foreseen when you started the business in the first place. That same men's health clinic that I just mentioned was going to go the franchise model, open up a bunch of other locations around their flagship location in Tampa, Florida. However, because of the social media attention that they got, they switched the whole business to telehealth so that they could service every single person watching the content. Now, at the beginning of this video, I promised you the exact way to become the #1 authority within your industry, and really the difference between the businesses that get it and succeed and the ones that get stuck isn't the content, it's having a proven system. And this is the exact system that I've used to generate millions of views a month for literally every industry you can think of. Realtors, men's health clinics, med spas, entrepreneurs, chefs, podcasters, even industries like pest control and plumbing. And it's what I call the founder content engine, and there's 7 stages to it. Stage 1 is founder positioning. This means establishing yourself as the dominant figure within your industry, and normally this means going against what everybody else is doing. I need you very visibly standing for something and against something. I'll give you 2 examples. We work with a lot of men's health clinics in the men's health space, something that's very lab coat, educational, degrees, and black and white. However, we make super alpha masculinity, high testosterone, entertaining content. Another Another client that's absolutely kicking ass lately is Alpha Gentleman Suits, a bespoke suit company in the men's fashion space, something that's normally pretty proper and articulate. However, again, he brings the alpha masculinity and the entertainment. Both angles completely stand out from the competition. The men's health clinics are for high testosterone and feeling like your best self, and they're against low testosterone in any guy that's essentially a beta. The suit company is for high masculinity, dressing proper, and actually being and looking like a man, and they're against literally just the complete opposite. And that is all communicated through the content they are producing, which is what you need to be doing and thinking about. Stage 2 is establishing your founder persona. A lot of the times people think they need to be very professional and act as a spokesperson for their business on social media, and that is not what we want. The goal isn't to become somebody else, it's to amplify who you already are. So if you're somebody that cusses a lot, I need you fucking cussing in the content. I need you to be you. Because if you try to hide that, I hate to break it to you, but the audience is going to realize the content is not authentic and it is not going to get pushed in the algorithm the way you think it's going to. Stage 3 is setting up your proof architecture. If you have testimonials, you have case studies, you have reviews, and I land on your profile and I can't see any of that, you don't exist to me. I need you to optimize your bio and tell everybody who you are, what you do, who you serve, and have a call to action in there. I need you having all of these case studies, testimonials, and reviews spread out throughout your story highlights, even more so on your website or landing page. The point is, it needs to be easy for people to fucking find that you're good at what you say you're good at. Stage 4 is building your content strategy. And now, if you're a business owner, there are 6 specific content styles that I've talked about on this channel many times before that you need to be making. Number 1 is educational content. This can be how-tos, step-by-steps, tutorials, anything that's educating somebody on a specific topic. The second is authority content. This is your case studies, your testimonials, your wins, your losses, anything that establishes you as an authority within your industry. The third is entertainment content. This is your trends, your skits, your stitch videos, your reaction videos, or your lifestyle or B-roll edits. Then we have storytelling, which is essentially turning what you're doing on a regular basis into something that's consumable online, essentially having your videographer mic you up, film everything you're doing, and clipping it and turning it into educational or entertaining pieces of content for social media. A lot of that also acts as authority pieces of content. In the 5th spot, we have series content, which is honestly one of the most powerful on social media right now. If you can find a way to start a series on social media regarding your business, please God do it. Day 1 of doing X, Y, and Z, welcome back to this, or that, a 30-day X challenge. If you can find something that people can invest into, they feel like they can become a part of and feel like they're building with you, that's gonna be a win. And lastly, we have what I call double down content. This is essentially doubling down on anything that's ever worked for you in the past or recently by remixing it or making small tweaks to it and then reposting it. Stage 5 is establishing your shooting or filming system. A lot of my clients prefer to shoot monthly or bi-weekly. If you can hire a full-time videographer to just film for you every single day doing what I'm talking about, that's fucking great. But most people prefer to batch their content, and this is how we do it. I have somebody specifically on my team that goes and does content research for all of my clients, essentially going to every social platform, figuring out the topics, the trends, the structures that are already working for people in your industry, taking all of that, making it applicable to your business, and then plugging it into a comprehensive shoot brief that's then given to my clients and their videographers. And like I said, we put enough video ideas on there to last us the entire month or the next 2 weeks, depending on the film schedule that my client decides to go with that's easiest for them in their calendar. The biggest mistake a lot of founders make is thinking that they need more time to film content, but in reality, they just need a better system. Stage 6 is packaging and distribution. Personally, I like to have editors handle all of the editing for my clients, and I recommend you hiring an editor to handle that for you. Business owners don't need to be wasting time editing their own shit. Look for editors that specialize in hooks and pattern interrupts. They understand pacing and know the psychology of what gets people to watch content. Realistically, you can find these people for like $300 a month. Most of them charge $10 to $15 a video, so it is very, very minimal, and it saves you a fuck ton of time, like I said. And then on the distribution side of things, please God, hire an account manager. Do not use a third-party scheduler. Meta has literally told me that this gives your account a bad rating on the back end, and it only costs a couple $100s to get somebody to do the posting for you. Pro tip, I recommend them being within your city. Maybe it's an intern, or at the very least, make sure that it's somebody within your country that has a VPN that can get placed within your city, because when content starts performing well, it gets pushed out locally. And this is where you're gonna get a lot of that organic traffic, especially if you have a physical business that people can walk into. And lastly, we have stage 7, which is demand capture, because at the end of the day, views don't make you money, systems do. As I mentioned earlier, you need to have your profile optimized, which should have been done account already, but as soon as somebody lands on your profile, they need to be able to see a ton of case studies, a ton of testimonials, and they need to know what you do, who you serve, and have some sort of call to action in front of them. The next step after that is setting up ManyChat. It is very, very easy to go set up ManyChat. I'm probably even gonna have a couple tutorials on this account at some point in the near future, but literally takes less than an hour to set up everything that you need with ManyChat. And trust me, having a set keyword in place to be able to use on your stories, on your photos, on your carousels, and on your reels that are gonna automate all the comments and DMs for you, lifesaver. Especially if you have something go viral. That way you don't have to play catch up and hire a VA to go back through all these potential leads, maybe days later. The step up from ManyChat is running retargeting campaigns on Facebook with custom audience that are tailored to people that have engaged with your profile in the last 180 days and audiences that have watched certain percentages of your content that you can then retarget if those people are valuable to you. Going back to what I said earlier, this is where you're gonna notice an improved cost per acquisition because you're staying in front of their face with all of this social content. And the last step to the demand capture is having setters and salespeople in place to handle all of the leads and appointments for you so that you're just sitting back making money. Guys, that's the fucking play. That is what's working on social media right now for business owners. So whether you're the men's health clinic I mentioned earlier that got 60,000 followers, 50 million views, celebrity partnerships, and quadrupled their revenue primarily because of organic content in the first 12 months of implementing this system, or you're the suit company that in their first 30 days got 20,000 followers, 4 million views, and told us to stop building out the rest of this system because they already have so many inbound leads, it's the same system they're implementing and it's the same one I'm telling you to implement right now. If you continue putting off building your business's brand on social media, I can't even begin to tell you how screwed you are. As AI gets better and better at making realistic content, the market is going to move towards businesses that are real with unique brands. And if you aren't established by the time that happens, well, you better be okay with seeing your competitors on top. But if you're not okay with that, you need to take action immediately. And if you want my team handling the complete build out of the Founder content engine for you, click the first link in the description. However, I will state that if you do not want to be the face of your brand, you have corporate approval structures, you have an inconsistent founder, or you want to play it safe and boring, please God, do not click the fucking link. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching. But if you're a business that is founder led, you guys have a demonstratable product or service that's high ticket and you are willing to stand out, click that link because we are about to crush it together. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you guys in the next one.